the centre of Ireland, Lough the Sun. That's for Newfoundland. I'm going to pretend that's not wrong. So Lugh is the greatest sun god of the Tuatha De Danann. The Tuatha De Danann people have come under increasing pressure from the Fomorians, the dark forces. And this story was told by Tolkien in Lord of the Rings. Same story. The Fomorians are the orcs, led by Balor. The Tuatha De Danann are the good guys, Legolas and all those, they be Tuatha De Danann. All of the gods of the Tuatha De Danann assembled here at Uisneach and said something must be done. And Cian said that maybe we could join forces with the Fomorians. We could marry into, because the fighting is so intense. Balor, the leader of the Fomorians, this giant Cyclops, had a daughter. And the daughter was the most beautiful woman in the world ever. And the gods of the Tuatha De Danann knew this story about Balor's daughter, that she was the most beautiful. Her name was Etna. But when Balor's daughter was born, the druids came to Balor and said, your daughter will give birth to a boy. This boy will lead to your downfall. You must kill your daughter. And Balor went to kill his daughter. Balor was pure evil. He was going just about kill his daughter when he looked at her and saw that she was pure beauty. And even though he was pure evil, he couldn't kill his daughter. She was so beautiful. So Balor hid her away. And he built a tower in the forest, deep in the forest. And he put her into the tower so that she'd be hidden in the tower and no man would ever see her and no man would lay with her. Until the day would come that she would not be able to give birth to a child, and would she then be released in the tower. So she was the most beautiful woman in the world. And all of the gods of the Tuatha De Danann knew this, that she was the most beautiful woman. Cian, he was the coolest dude of all of the Tuatha De Danann. Cian said, I'll go, I'll meet her, and we'll get together and be all good, and I'll marry her. And then God said, be careful, Cian. It's Balor's daughter, be careful. And she was in the tower, so Cian went down, and he watched the tower, and surrounded by the guards 24/7. He was a shapeshifter. He spirited himself, he changed into a bird. He spirited himself up onto the ledge, and he looked in, he saw her lying in the bed, he changed into Cian again. None looked at her, and she was awake in bed, just after having a light doze, and she just woke up with her eyes open, she saw Cian standing in the bedroom. She hadn't seen a man ever. She was delighted, he was delighted, and it was love at first sight. She hadn't seen anyone for years, looked up the tower in a row, and all of a sudden the best looking man in Ireland is after her. What do you do? Get out! That's where the term that she was drop dead gorgeous. It was love at first sight. That's where that comes from. He fell in love with her. She fell in love with him. He stayed the night. Everything was grand. It was a good night. Grand. So he stayed the night. Stayed up all night. Next morning he got up. He made the breakfast. He came back a bag, smoking a bag. And she was, and he was thinking himself, and they had the eggs, and he cleaned up after himself and everything. And she was saying, dead son, I'm going to marry that man. And he thought the same as well. And then he was thinking to himself, your father's going to kill me. Against me. We better run. So they ran. And Balor heard then that his daughter Niamh was gone with Cian from the Tuatha De Danann because some of the troops saw them flying out the window. He sent all of the devastators out to get them, find him, kill him, and bring her back. So the gods be assembled here at Uisneach. Manana MacLair, the sea god, through a mist all over Ireland. The mist would last for 9 months until the child would be born, and then he could be taken safely. So for 9 months the mist lay across the land. 9 months later, mist rose, and the cry of the baby was heard throughout the whole land. I don't know about that, but the child was born. So the druids went back to Balor and said, the child we spoke of has been born. You must kill all newborn baby boys. Same story as the Bible. So the devastators went to every town and village, killing every baby boy. The gods assembled here and said something must be done. Manana MacLair, the sea god, said, I'll take him and I'll raise him as my own. So he swept down and he picked up Lugh. Wishing, I'll get to the story of wishing, I can't wait for that one. So he picked up child Lugh and he put him in his arms and he put him in his boat, Ocean Sweeper. An Ocean Sweeper had no oars and no sails, it was made of pure crystal. He said to Ocean Sweeper, go to Tirnanog. And they sped across the sea at night and the waves parted for them and as he got closer to the land, the waves just came together and lifted him gently up onto the shore and he landed with the child. Took him to his own house. He was the god of Tirnanog and raised him with his own sons, the shining ones, his daughter Niamh, and raised him so that they would come, he would come back to Ireland and lead his people against the Fomorians. So he'd teach them a new skill each day. He'd be the greatest warrior ever. And every day he'd take them out into the woods and show them new sword swings and new tricks and how to communicate with the animals. And there would be blue black panthers and white deer with silver horns and unicorns, golden lions and animals you couldn't even describe. And they'd be all coming up and talking to Lugh, and Lugh would be talking back to them. The birds sit on his shoulder and have a good long chat. And Lugh grew up to be the fairest and most handsome, the the coolest of them all. When Lugh was a teenager, when he was walking downtown Tirnanog, young ladies would faint. One look at Lugh, he was that cool. Still beating hard. He was that cool. When he had all the skills, he was a fair sound fella as well. So, Manana McLeod the sea god, every day and every night he went back to Ireland, looked over the land and saw how things were in Ireland. He knew that things were really bad now. Fomorians had taken nearly all of the land. And they stolen two of the gifts. The two of the Dana came with 4 gifts: the spear, which was the fire, and then the sword of light. You could not be defeated in battle with the sword of light in your hand. And the cauldron of plenty, which was Dagdra's magic cauldron, always filled with food. Dana people would never hunger. And had the Lee Fall, which is their stone of destiny, and put that into the earth, and the earth closed over it. But the Fomorians had stolen the spear, had stolen fire, and had stolen the cauldron of plenty, and the people were hungry. The king then called Lugh in when he was 21 years of age. He said, "In all this time I've never given you a gift, Lugh, but today I give you a gift." Well, it is your 21st birthday, in fairness. So he gave Lugh the sword of light, the last known remaining gift of two Dan. Lugh put into his hand, lit up just like a lightsaber, and then he gave him his armoured breastplate. He took his own breastplate on, put it on Lugh, and when he put it on Lugh, the sweetest music started playing, and it started reaching out into every corner of the land, and it filled the whole land, and it built up to this most powerful music that would ready your heart wherever lay ahead. And then he gave him his helmet of pure gold. When Lugh put the helmet on, the sun shone from the helmet. Now he was really cool, and he walked down Tirnanog that day with the sun shining from the helmet and the music pumping, and the sword in his hand. Some ladies died. Just too much. They died. They were dropping like flies. Men were fainting. It was just all too much. King said, "Lugh, you better go back indoors." Wait till nightfall. It was okay in Tirnanog, he didn't die. He came back to life, but just what was that? He had to be picked up off the ground. Paramedics were busy. That night, Lugh and the king's sons, the shining ones, rowed across the sea to Ireland, and the waves parted. And as they got closer to the shore, the little waves came together and just gently picked them up so they landed without a sound. God bless you. Chew. They landed without a sound. When they got to the land then, they ran all the way up to Tara and sat with the king Nuda. And Lugh asked the king, just how bad are things here in Ireland? The king said things are terrible. The Danans are now slaves. Their spirit has been broken. They must pay heavy taxes to the Fomorians. The Fomorians have now implied a heavy tax that they must give 1/3 of all of their children, 1/3 of all of their money, 1/3 of all of their weapons, 1/3 of all of their food, 1/3 of everything, but 1/3 of all of their children must now be handed up to the Fomorian devastators. Lugh asked, "Where are the people?" He said, "They're down there at Uisneach." It was just Uisneach and Tara left because they were all gathered for the great celebrations of Bealtaine to light the fires, but with heavy hearts, because now they must pay the taxes of their children, hand their children over to the Fomorians. So he said, "Okay, first light be right." First light, Lugh, the king, and the shining ones, Tirnanog, set out from Tara. The people were all assembled here, just like they are now. They were sitting around doing things, they were making things, they were fixing things, preparing the fires, getting ready for Bealtaine. All of the stories refer back to Bealtaine, but with heavy hearts, because they were looking at the children a bit differently, because they knew that they hand their children over, and the children were looking at them, wondering, "Why are you looking at me a bit differently?" And it was all very confusing. And just in the middle of all that confusion then, they heard this music that they'd never heard before. It was the sweetest music ever, and it kind of lulled them, and they looked around and they saw what looked like a second sunrise, and the sun got brighter and brighter because the sun was in the sky, but this one got brighter and brighter. It was so bright that they couldn't look at it, they'd turn away. It was so bright. And it was Lugh, the king, with his hand of pure gold, and Lugh saw them all turn away and looking away, and he saw fear in their eyes, and he wondered why they didn't greet him. How come no ladies fainted? They didn't greet him, that they took the way. Just with that then, the whole sky in the west blew pitch black dark, and it got darker and darker, and the cold wind swept through the whole place, and they could hear the sound of the thunder, but it was the hooves of the Fomorian devastators, and they were coming louder and louder and louder, and from the hill in the west, 9 times 9 Fomorian devastators appeared from the hill with their swords raised, ready to rain on the Danann people and steal their children. And the minute the Danann people saw them, they dropped everything, stopped what they were doing, and they picked their children up off the ground and put them standing up, every one of them, and they raised their arms in the air and they went, "Hail the Fomorians! Hail the Fomorians!" They were bowing to the Fomorians, and Lugh was looking at me singing, "Hold on a minute, I'm not coming the whole way over here with the shining ones, and we're going to raise you good people." And you barely said hello. When you see these guys, you hail the Fomorians this, hail the Fomorians that. What's that about? He said, "Lugh, you don't understand. If a month-old child was still sitting on the ground when these devastators came, that'd be deemed enough insult for them to kill all of us." So Lugh took out his sword, he called the king and the shining ones, and they charged at the Fomorians, and he killed all but 9. It's okay, don't worry. Never killed a child yet. He killed all but 9 of the 9 times 9 Fomorians. got the remaining 9, put him standing there, one fella with a cap and an unusual looking weapon tied around his neck. And he said that your time is over in this country. You will never treat the Danann people the way you were treating them. Your reign is over. We will drive you not just from this land, we will drive you to the edges of the world and we will destroy you forever. Go back to Balor, tell him what happened here today at Uisneach, and tell him Lugh sent you. They went back to Balor. Balor saw there was no Danann children. This is where all the troops, and they said, well, there was this fella called Lugh down there, tough guy. And Balor declared war. Battles were drawn up to the Moytura in Sligo. The battle raged for 4 days. And all of the Danann people assembled here and marched from here onto Moytura up in Sligo. So 4 days the battle raged. At the end of the 4th day, Balor was wheeled out into the arena. Balor was a giant. Balor was a big fat giant, and he'd been eating loads of roast whole pigs and drinking lakefuls of beer. He's a huge big fat giant with just one big heavy eyelid, and he couldn't open his big heavy eyelid because he needed to do that for the laser eye, because one look from Balor's eye turned to dust. And the Danann saw him there with the eyelid, they were going to run, but then they saw that no, he can't open the eyelid, we're safe. With that, 300 Fomorian devastators ran out in front of Balor with their axes raised. Just as they stood in front of him, the Danann were ready and they were just about to attack the charge when the Fomorians ran away, and they thought, yeah, we got him. And then they ran into the forest, and then they saw the trees, the ash trees. The Fomorians were in knocking down all of the ash trees, chopping them all down, and some of them were 10 miles in the sky. And they ran back, 300 Fomorians with 300 ash trees, some of them 10 miles in the sky, and put all the ash trees in front of under Balor's eyelid like that, so they could push so they could push Balor's so they could push his eyelid 10 miles in the sky, because the Danann were looking at, no, they're going to use the ash trees, they're going to push the eyelid open, and the ash tree won't break, it'll bend but it won't break, we better run, because one look from Balor's eye turned to dust, and just as they were about to push open the eyelid, Lugh picked up a stone and he had a sling, and just as the eyelid opened, he fired a stone, fired it so hard that it hit Balor in the eye, and it hit him so hard that the eye spun around his head, and it broke out through the back of his head and killed all his own people behind. Good shot. Up to the Danann. David and Goliath topped that. The Fomorians died down. The Danann were victorious in battle. Lugh became the king. Lugh had lost his life in the battle for 40 years. They came back here with great celebrations for 40 years. They lived in peace. All was well in the world. Lugh was the king. 40 years later, Lugh was God, Sun God. And he was still a handsome man. And it said that in some of the stories it says that Lugh had many wives. He was a god, in fairness. Lugh would be, well, he was a god. He had many wives. And it was a long time ago. So currently, this is according to the story, one of Lugh's wives used to spend a lot of time down with the King of Leinster, Kermash. He lived in a big castle on his own, lived in a big house. His wife had died. He had 3 big sons. They were off in college doing well, some part-time jobs. Everything was good, but he was lonely in a big house. And one of Lugh's wives used to spend time down there because she was friends of the ex-wife. And then she'd come back here and Lugh was saying, what's this, but you spend a lot of time down there with King of Leinster down his house. She said, well, Lugh, in fairness, you have many wives. You have no time for me. You're out with the lads, you're out with your other wives. He's down in a big house on his own, rattling around the place, lonely, talk, he gets me. What do you mean he gets you? No, Lugh. And then Lugh got annoyed. He went down to the king. And the king knocked the door, went in, and said, well, what's the crack? What's this with you, Mary? What's that all about? The king said, relax now, Lugh. You've many wives, and what I hear, you don't seem to have time for all of the wives. I'm here in the big house of my own, fairness, you know. She's thinking of moving in.
I get her.
Right. You understand each other. You know, we talk, go for walks, hold hands, all good, Lugh. And Lugh then just couldn't handle that at all. He was always a god, gods had failed him, so he took out his sword and he killed the king. Killed him. Yeah. Kermit was the king, he was the son of Dagda, the good god. So this was a terrible thing. And then again, during the fair of Bealtaine, Lugh was standing here and all of the 2 Danann people were here, and one of them got a new yellow umbrella or a new yellow stick, and they were all fascinated by it, looking at it. Couldn't get over it, never saw one like it. Lugh was standing just here, chatting away to the people, and getting ready for the fire, and then he didn't see that the 3 sons of the king, killed MacArthur from Ukraine, came over the bridge from the west, or the east, to seek revenge for their father's death. And saw Lugh standing here, and he was chatting away, and all went forth, chatting away, and they saw him, and and then they fired a spear, and it got Lugh right in his foot, just here, and he was stunned. He turned around, he saw the three lads, and then they dragged him, and they got him, they dragged his foot out of the spear,